Hey cutie pies! Today I am going to make something that is inspired by the Air Max 97 in the University Red and Metallic Gold colorway. I think this shoe is super cute. It's very light, sweet, and spicy. I love the sequin. The fact that the gold is not like just a gold strip, but it's actually sequin is so cute. I love this shoe. It's one of my favorite shoes. And I even love like that the tongue is black and not red. So I wanted to create a galette inspired by this shoe. I have rolled out 1 disc of all butter crust. And this is about 13 ounces of crust. And I rolled this out. And I have to be careful because the edges will sometimes come apart. So I use my fingers to bring them back together. But I'm going to put this crust inside of a pie pan that is lined with parchment paper. And I'll just put that in the center. I'm not gonna fool with it too much. I'm just putting, like, sometimes the crust comes apart, like the edges of the crust comes apart. So I just use my fingers and my body heat to meld it back together. Okay, I'm going to set that aside and we're going to work on the filling. I sliced about 4.5 cups of fresh strawberries, and I'm going to put 1/2 cup of sugar, granulated sugar. And I'm also going to put 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour unbleached, and this is going to help thicken the filling as it bakes. So I will toss that around with my fingers so that all of the strawberries are fully coated with sugar. See, that's what it looks like. Yummy. Now, just to give it a little bit of a little bit more flavor and to bring out the essence, I am going to add, if I can find it, I am going to put in 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract. Toss that around a little bit more. The reason why I don't put the almond extract until I've tossed the sugar and the flour together is because I don't want the almond extract to make the flour clumpy. But now that the flour and sugar has macerated in the strawberries, it's fine for me to put the wet ingredient in there, which is the almond extract. That looks pretty good. So I'm going to set that aside and bring my galette to the forefront. And we'll just put the strawberry mixture in here in the center. This is super easy and it's so yummy. This is perfect, like this is a perfect dish to make with your kids ages 5 and up. So easy. So I just want to let you know that I recommend that you use fresh strawberries and not frozen strawberries because we don't want the moisture from the thawed strawberries to fill up the galette with liquid when it bakes. So fresh strawberries is the very best way to go. Now we're going to take the crust of our galette, the crust that's out on the lip of the pie pan, and we're just going to simply fold it over. That's beautiful. Now I am going to do an egg wash on the top part of my crust. this egg wash that I use is 1 whole large egg and 1 tablespoon of water. Beautiful, but we're not done yet. For the little spiciness that I love, that feeling of spiciness that I get from the shoe is going to come in the form of cracked black pepper. So I am going to concentrate on putting this on first the crust of the galette. And then I'm going to put it on top in the middle, the strawberries. This may seem unconventional, but I promise you it works. So this is about 2 teaspoons of cracked black pepper, and this is what it looks like. So we are going to pop this in the oven at 365 degrees for about 25 minutes. When you are baking your pies or galette, make sure that you put it in the center rack in the middle of the oven. Now, that's not it. We are also going to be making a little drizzle for the top of the galette. So this drizzle consists of 2 tablespoons of balsamic glaze. Give it a little bit of savory flair to the galette. And then 1 tablespoon of honey. Let's stir that up. So the honey adds a little bit of sweetness. And of course, the honey was inspired by the gold sequins on the shoe. And then the balsamic vinegar gives us a little bit of a pungent kick. Because the strawberries have a lot of sugar in it, we want something to kind of balance out the sweet and savory spicy side of the galette. Perfect. Amazing. So we're going to set this aside and let it sit while we wait for the galette to bake. We'll be right back. Hey cutie pies, now we're back and it is time to pull our black pepper strawberry galette out of the oven. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, it is beautiful. Ooh, super brown. Golden, gorgeous. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I am going to take this out of the parchment paper. Isn't she pretty? This is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. Let's see. I'm just going around to make sure that it will lift easily. Like I don't want any of the crust to be stuck to the parchment paper. And sometimes what happens is a little bit of the egg wash can drip down and actually bake in between the parchment paper and the crust. So I just wanted to make sure that, oh, see, I can move it around. That's a good sign. So I'm just gonna slide this onto my plate. Beautiful. Now the final touch, which is the balsamic honey glaze that we made earlier. I'm just going to drizzle this on top. Oh, super pretty. You can always decide like how much of this you want to have on top. It doesn't have to be a whole lot. I like a lot. That is gorgeous. Now we're going to cut this and give this a try. I wish I had some ice cream because that would be perfect with this. Next time. Oh, look at that. Super gorgeous. Let me grab a fork. Cheers. This is so good. Not super sweet, even with, you know, me using a half a cup of sugar, because the black pepper and the honey balsamic glaze really balances this galette out. The sweetness of it is absolutely perfect. So I would love for you to try it and share any of your videos and pictures with me at justiceofthepies.com or on our Instagram at justiceofthepies. Bye.